Hey everyone, my name is Mike Vaughn and welcome to Pop Reviews. So last night I attended a screening for Lisa Frankenstein at the Alamo Draft House. So we're going to get into that, but I thought I would share some of these cool movie party props that I got. This obviously being my favorite. Um, I think this is very cool. The guy that was hosting said that some of the draft house locations didn't get these. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Um, even if the movie wasn't that good, but we're but we're gonna get into it. Got a some tattoos, some gloves, which obviously haven't taken out yet, but that's very cool. Some sunglasses, and a microphone. And it's got the little on off switch and the Alamo Draft House branding. So I don't know. These are very cool. I like, there you can see that. What do you think? All right. But yeah, seriously though, let's get into the review. So I have to say, I was sold on this movie from jump. It felt like a nice mixture of 80s teen comedy, but it also had that kind of 50s B movie horror flair. And hell, Diablo Cody as writer and producer really was the icing on the cake. Because, look, I still think Jennifer's Body is a sorely underrated masterpiece, and I am okay with dying on that hill. Sadly, as much as I wanted to love this movie, it was not that good. But to be fair, I did want to talk about some things that I did like about the movie. There's no denying that this has a really interesting style, and I think the cinematography is absolutely stellar here. Also, the production design and costumes are well executed, but I think the centerpiece of this really are the performances. Catherine Newton really steals the show, and she manages to mix quirky with relatable and enjoyable for the most part. Cole Sprouse, hope I'm saying that right, billed as a creature, has to do a lot of heavy lifting without saying a word. That's challenging, and I think his physical work and physical comedy is really on point here. Furthermore, I think the chemistry within the cast really helps sell this as a fully fleshed out world. Also, since this is a comedy, I will say that some of the jokes do land extremely well, and seeing it with an audience, you could tell that people were, for the most part, clicking with some of its more offbeat humor. That is kind of everything nice I have to say, unfortunately. Despite a strong start, the narrative cracks really do start to show. The paper thin premise is stretched far beyond what would have been better suited as a short film. Things just kind of happen, logic be damned, in service of moving the plot forward. There's also just really strange stuff. There is a subplot involving Lisa's mother being killed by this notorious axe murderer. And it's even strongly implied that the stepmother and or dad had something to do with it. However, outside of a few mentions, this is in no way a big deal as far as the plot's concerned. It feels weird, like it was something left over from an earlier draft. Probably worst of all, though, is the love affair between Lisa and the titular Frankenstein. And by that, I mean the love affair is nowhere to be found. I mean, I'm just being real. It was hard for me to buy their budding love affair since Lisa spends most of the film lusting after another boy from her school. In fact, she pretty quickly friend zones him almost immediately. Yet, because the story needs it, presto, they are in love, and we just have to buy that. I think that's one of the biggest things about this movie that kind of was frustrating. Nothing in the movie feels earned or indeed set up in a way that feels narratively satisfying. Thinking about it more, its message about self harm seems to be more in the positive, which sadly kind of left me with this really gross and uneasy feeling. This clearly is a movie that relies too heavily on its references. It just feels like, I don't know, Corpse Bride, let's see, Beetlejuice, and well, Edward Scissorhands. You get where I'm going with this. And yes, while I did praise the production design, that too feels very Burton esque. Sure, it's quirky, but that's not enough to give it a pass on not feeling entirely original. Hell, this movie reminds me of a more interesting film that came out last year called The Loneliest Boy in the World, which explores similar themes, but I think in a way that feels a little bit more nuanced and interesting while also retaining a nice quirky humor to it. Lisa Frankenstein does indeed shine in its performances, but it's nothing you haven't seen already a million times before in much better movies. So that's my review for Lisa Frankenstein. I hope you enjoyed that, and please consider giving this video a like. I would also love to hear what y'all think of the movie. Was I too harsh? Was I not harsh enough? I feel like I always try to balance everything out. Uh, some good, some bad, but I'm always going to be 100% real with y'all, and I didn't connect with this movie like I wanted to. But please weigh in and subscribe because I do try to. I'm trying to upload daily, and I think I have a lot of really fun, unique content, and you don't want to miss that. And thank you so much for just hanging out with me.